everybody. Welcome to
Shoppecast. Okay, so I'm going to be saying a quote of the day, and then I'm going to introduce myself. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts.
Good one.
That is a good one.
Good one.
So I am Shunda Smith. I am a cosmetologist and a salon owner. I've been in cosmetology for 27 years, and I've raised a daughter in the industry as well. Actually, two of them. The name of my salon is Studio 7, and we're located in Cleveland Heights. And this is one of my daughters.
Hi, I'm Queen. I also work in my mom's salon, Studio 7. I have been in the industry for 7 years this year. Hooray, hoorah, look, hooray, hoorah. It's been a very, very interesting journey / roller coaster. But passing it on to my good sis.
Hey everybody, I am Lonnie Jade. I am a retired nail tech. This will be my 9th year of doing nails, but due to the quarantine, I decided to retire. I am a full-time entrepreneur now. I have a online press-on business as well as a gel polish company, as well as a couple other businesses that we'll talk about later on because nobody knows they're mine yet. So, yeah.
Dang, y'all, I've got to introduce my businesses.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Go labels.
Yes.
Go Label Extensions. Everyone here
Yes.
is in the goal.
Yes.
I have a hair extension company. I started it 2 years ago. It's still growing and glowing. But yeah. Yeah. Look, yeah.
Did you also say you did lashes?
I also do lashes.
Lash extension.
That is lash extensions, excuse me. That is also one of my many fair traits in this industry. So I believe that we are all
Entrepreneurs.
pretty
Yes.
awesome bunch
Yes,
of
yes. All bosses.
hustlers.
Yes.
Hustlers.
Here's to being a boss.
Hey,
It's
cheers.
hard. It's hard, but hey, we make it look easy.
Listen, okay?
So, actually, that is one of the things we kind of want to segue into. Being an entrepreneur has been one of the most,
What's the word for
what's
it?
the word for it?
Child.
I
It's
don't even
like,
know.
it's really a roller coaster.
It
It
is
really
It's
a
like
roller
the
coaster.
best, craziest roller coaster you'll ever be on in your life with no seatbelt.
For sure.
Would you get on it
No
again?
seatbelt.
You would get on again?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
For sure.
I'm not getting off.
For sure.
I'm going to put a
Keep it
seatbelt
going.
on
You
now.
put a seatbelt on?
Put a seatbelt on.
Seatbelt on next time.
Yeah.
First round, you
Tell.
don't got no seatbelt on. Second time, you like, all right, let me lock in real quick. All right, now I got it. Strapped up. I'm ready to go.
Right.
First time, you just in the
Wing
wind.
it.
Yeah,
Just
but
go for it.
And you might even be going backwards.
Get on the
because you're not
Millennium
even going
Force.
forward, you're going backwards. Millennium Force, blindfolded with no seatbelt.
Right,
Just the
right,
first. That's starting off as an entrepreneur.
So, one of our backwards rides probably could be this COVID-19 situation,
Yes,
right?
the
Like,
shutdown.
For
Ooh,
sure.
The shutdown.
For sure.
March 18th, 2020. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
The shutdown. Woo.
The day of the dark.
So what was y'all first thoughts like when y'all first found out that we was getting shut down?
So I was thinking, cool, I can get a couple of days off, right?
Couple days.
That's what I was like, cool,
Because
I'm
when
on
you're an
vacation.
entrepreneur, you work,
You don't get no
you
breaks.
don't get any days off.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, this is going to be great. We're going to have a couple of days off, and it's going to be easy breezy.
Couple days turned into a few months. Okay.
Couple months. I thought for sure, I'm like, I'm going to just take off these 2 weeks, cool. I ain't even worried about selling these press-ons. I'm about to just sleep in. Something clicked. It was like, fool, you still got to make a living.
He ain't brought
Gotta
in no
do something.
income.
Right.
It was
like, all right,
shocking.
it's time to shift some gears. Mentally, you had to prepare yourself, like, ain't no telling.
Realign, all of that.
Yes.
I had a lot of talks with God.
And this is actually where
That's
some
awesome.
of your real entrepreneurship comes in.
Yeah.
When you do learn how to shift gears, when you're hit
Yeah.
with a situation like this, or you come to a bump in the road, which was
Yeah.
a huge, just like a chuck hole in the road, not a bump in the
Yeah,
road.
it's a chuck. East Cleveland.
East Cleveland.
It's been an up and down situation throughout, coming back from it. They gave us a lot of restrictions and rules in our industry coming back into it. I gotta say, as a more seasoned stylist, I was not happy with a lot of the ways that our government or the State Board of Cosmetology handled our industry. For some reason, I don't know if we did something to the government.
I feel like they
But-
targeted us.
They-
They targeted entrepreneurs.
Right.
Honestly.
Dogged us.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like they targeted all entrepreneurs.
They dogged us.
Right. They, because we were not bringing in any revenue, because we're self-employed, we kind of were dependent on some type of assistance those whole 2 months plus that we were not working. And we had to jump through a lot of hoops to finally get the little assistance that they did give us.
The little that all you non-self-employed people got in on. Getting in on our
Messing it
money,
up for us.
on our coin.
To elaborate a little bit more, lost my train of thought.
You were talking about the assistance that they didn't give us.
You did, right.
Barely gave us.
We had to come in full PPE prepared, and if you don't know what PPE is, that's all of the things that you need in order to stay sanitized and protect any type of customers or yourself in your industry, whether it's restaurant, hair industry, bar industry, whatever, even a store or whatever. I think they put the most restrictions on us, but my disappointment came with State Board because we had received several emails pertaining to how we could help the world with their
How y'all gonna
PPE
help
problem.
us?
Right.
It's nothing for us.
But when it was time for us to come back into the business or open back up, we had to break our necks literally trying to find this PPE, which is
Yeah.
like a needle in a haystack today.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
And they price gouged us. So I literally paid $20 for 1 can of Lysol, which I need all the time. So you do the math. Also, with the restrictions they put on us, we do less clients. So we can only do 1 client at a time. 1 client per stylist at a time. And you can best believe that cut into our money tremendously.
Yeah.
With that said, it cut into our money, but we're spending a whole lot of money on PPE.
It's a lot of overhead just to
Right.
make sure you can get your one client in the door
Absolutely.
properly. Yeah. It was a lot. That's why I was okay with not going back into it.
Yeah.
And then plus just outside of everything we would have to do to go back into it, just the amount of peace and rest that I got during the shutdown was like, I don't ever want to give this up. Like, for once in my life, I wasn't rushing somewhere. Like, I had been rushing for like 8 years of my life. I was so happy to not have to rush,
Right.
jump up. I'm not late nowhere. I could actually look at myself in the mirror for a second before I got to run out the house. I'm like, I needed this. And I don't want to lose this. Like, yeah, I'm cool.
I miss my job.
I miss my clients. I miss talking to my clients, but I can't say I miss slaving all day.
That's true. That's true.
Now, can I say on the opposite? I didn't miss the clients, but I miss my work. I love my work. And that's the beautiful thing about entrepreneurship,
It
too.
is.
When you're doing something you love,
It don't
the
feel like
money
it's
will
work
come
like
and it
work.
doesn't
Yeah,
feel like
absolutely.
work. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like work. So I did miss, you get tired.
Yeah.
But if it's something you're passionate about, the
don't
tire
bother
kind of
you.
pays off.
It
Yeah,
does.
it
It's like
does.
you don't think
Yeah.
about it as much.
Right.
It don't bother
Right.
you. I miss that the most. Like having everybody in the shop at
The
one time,
conversations, the vibes. That's what I miss.
The exchange of energies. I would say that's what I miss.
That's what I miss too.
That's
And it's
what I
like we
miss.
can't get that no more.
It's so quiet.
It ruined the shop. It used to be people that would just come to the shop just to talk.
Just cause.
Like, oh, such and such coming today. I'm coming too. Like, we just coming to kick it.
COVID police
This is
over
like a
here.
daytime.
Can't nobody come through the door.
Your mask is under your nose.
You don't have a mask.
That's me. I am.
But I respect that because it's a lot of salons that have completely forgot about everything
And aren't
all the
following
rules
the
that they
rules.
should be following. So I respect that you do that because that's what you're supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, if Stay Board walking here, it's falling on you, nobody else.
And don't nobody want to find.
State Board. I'm more afraid of right now the CDC than State Board.
Agreed.
Right, because
Agreed.
they're catching people left and right, not
And
following
they
the
shutting
rules.
it down.
And on a different note, aside from the whole health part of it, the more we follow the rules, the quicker we can get back into some type of normalcy. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I'm kind of strict with it because, you know, I get it. Like, I want my money back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The regular way.
So if we follow the rules, then, you know, unlike our president, unfortunately, we can hopefully eventually get back to somewhat of some normalcy. But I get what Lonnie's saying for sure, because it can get a little, you know, tiring after a while, the everyday hustle and bustle.
Man.
And keeping
All
up and
day.
making sure things are going in
it's like-
order, and it can't get very tiring. So like I said, the first few days, even the first couple of weeks, I was like, ooh, cool, I got a vacation. But it was an unpaid vacation.
Yeah, that is at home. It's not. I'm not out of town. Because those was the times when we did take breaks. When we go on vacation,
that was our break.
I'm gonna get these 5 days off to go
That's
somewhere.
our break.
Right.
But being at home, that was the first time. March 18th was the first day I ever spent in my apartment a full day. I had never been in my apartment. I had been there for 2 years. I had never spent a full day in my apartment. I've been at work every day.
And you said you actually was enjoying it. Like,
Yes,
the first time I was like, I
My
like
house
this
is
place.
actually nice. I like it here. Like, I'm glad to be here.
got
I got to cook breakfast for myself. This is nice. I like it here.
It was a cool adjustment.
It was.
To not have
it was
to
like
go to work.
a breather.
Yeah.
That we was forced into.
Yeah.
But it was necessary for sure. But things could have been handled differently
For sure.
with the shutdown. But I appreciated this break.
For sure.
With that being said, returning back. Well, for us. Look, she started a awesome new great business venture where she no longer has to deal
That is
with.
good.
I'm a little bit jealous.
But even with my press-on business, it's like this was the first time. So I've had my press-on business since 2017, but I've had an assistant making all my press-ons for me for 2 years. So I hadn't actually made press-ons for 2 years. I was just promoting the brand and pushing it. But with the shutdown and everything being shut down, I'm getting orders from all over the United States. So I could wake up and have 25 orders that I need to get made on top of the 25 that I got yesterday, plus the 25 that I get during the day, plus another 50 that hit me at night. So I literally had 300 orders come in 12 days, and I was looking like, it's no way I'm able to produce this amount of nails.
And work. I can't go back.
I can't do it. So it's like, all right, I had an assistant, she flaked on me. I had another assistant, she flaked on me. I'm just in my apartment about to cry. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do all of this by myself and go back to work. So it's like, all right, I prayed about it. I'm like, you know what? First, I'm gonna just tell them I'm not coming back until further notice. But I'm like, honestly, I'm not really trying to go back. So let's see once things start opening back up if I still keep getting orders and how I'm able to keep all of this rolling. Then it's like, do I just need to add in another business on top of this? What do I need to do to not have to go back? So it was just, it was overwhelming because it was like, I'm not gonna get no sleep because I need to be up making nails.
Yeah.
So it was like, in a way, I feel like I shifted, but I shifted to me working, making nails all day and all night, just not with having a person in front of me. So it's like, all right, I'm kind of on my own time with it, but I still got a lot to do.
Yeah.
So it was like a shift, but in a good way. So it's like, you know what? I'm open to something new. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still with it. We still
All
pressed.
right, girl.
Press,
You
Still
good.
pressed.
Yes, and they are beautiful. I must say,
Thank
they're
you.
amazing for all occasions.
Yes.
Weddings, birthdays, whatever. They
Yes.
are absolutely amazing.
Anything you need them so I wish I could wear some. I'm so
No,
You
unfortunately,
are
I don't.
heavy-handed. I
Damn.
ain't never met somebody as heavy-handed.
And then with us being in the water too.
Yeah, that
wouldn't
won't work for
change.
y'all. And that's one thing I will tell people. I'm like, you know what, press-ons ain't for you. It's some people where press-ons is not for you. And I'm gonna tell you, don't waste your money. Press-ons is not for you. They look cute in this box, but you can get these same nails done by someone else. Go
And
get them
they're
done.
They're special.
Yes.
Be a person
So
with
when y'all
somebody
went
here.
back, was y'all like super excited? Was y'all nervous, or was y'all like, you know, whatever? Let's just see what happens.
You go first.
Well, me personally, I can't say that I was nervous. I was just ready to get back in the salon. Like, I felt like we had been down and gone for
You
so
felt like you was
long. I'm
missing
like, am I
something.
going to be
Kinda like doing a
able
bit,
to
huh?
provide the
Mhm.
same
You went to
type
that college they be talking about, didn't you feel like that?
Like,
Especially in the four walls of your own home. Definitely went to college.
I just wanted to be able to come back. I felt like better than when we had left on.
You
Like,
felt refreshed.
if we gonna come back, we gonna come back with new techniques,
Amen.
Yes.
better juice,
Yes.
better hair. Like, it was interesting
Yeah.
coming back.
And that was one thing about the shutdown. It was like, all right, you got to take advantage of this time.
Yeah.
Like, get the things done that you don't have time to get done.
Mhm.
Right.
Especially when it comes to doing your research on things,
Mhm.
communicating with China. I was up all night talking to people in China.
Where are you?
Let's talk about the China and the hair.
These mofos.
So what's up with this? I heard about this whole thing about like they not making no more closures in 2020.
Mm.
Let me tell you
What does
something.
that mean? Like, so why not?
Everybody had already jumped on the hair selling bandwagon.
Mhm.
You know, just
Free.
getting a few extra bucks on the side
Mhm.
before COVID.
Pre-COVID, right?
COVID happened. Niggas got their stimulus checks.
It's like,
They got
finna
their
flip it.
PUA.
All that pandemic money.
They was trying to figure out how to flip their
okay,
bread.
we gotta flip
So
this.
with that being said, the production, the demand of bundles, closures, frontals, wigs, it went up. And everybody was buying so much. I feel
China
like at
wasn't
one
fully open
time,
yet, was it?
I know they told us they were
They was
on pause.
They still on shutdown. Like they was on a.
and go on holidays and some
Oh
other shit.
Lord, them holidays. Them holidays had me like, wait, this weekend is your
Yeah.
holiday? Y'all not opening up for another what? 10
For
days?
7 days.
Are you
10
kidding
days.
me?
Dumb.
So ain't nothing moving in China.
But they
Holidays.
like their production is backed up.
I
And
know
so
it is.
I don't know if they aren't gonna make any more closures.
I feel like we should do a Frank Lucas on this hair situation.
And go over there.
Cut out the middleman.
No, for real.
Did he not do that?
Well, we was gonna go before
American
COVID.
Gangster?
Look,
We
before
was gonna go.
COVID.
We was gonna go.
I was
We
planning
can't
to
We
go.
have to definitely
can't go.
figure that out.
It's another.
because
It's got to be another way.
They got a monopoly on this, and I don't.
I
like
even
it.
feel like they have a monopoly on hair stores, and I don't like that.
For sure.
They definitely have a monopoly on the hair stores.
I don't think it's fair.
Definitely.
For sure.
They
And it's
buy in
like
bulk.
just riding through certain neighborhoods, you see them literally on every corner like it's a CVS. I'm
Yeah.
like, and they,
All of them
and
are
then
in
on
cahoots
top of
with
that,
each
it's
other.
like y'all don't even have the decency that make this store look neat. Like,
just stuff thrown everywhere.
I
Like,
need to
we
wear a
just-
mask walking in that store anyway because I just don't feel like it's no good air in here, no ventilation.
We got
Everything
hair,
is unorganized.
lashes,
It's just
lingerie.
stuff in boxes. Like,
Outfits.
that's how y'all do us.
Outfits.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Beads, nail stuff, Jordan pants, forces.
Then you gotta walk sideways.
Do
You
rag.
gotta walk this way.
You definitely gotta walk sideways because them houses narrow, okay?
That's where they get
Got
robbed
the boom
all
boom
the
room
time.
in the back. I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's too much. It's too much in it. But
Okay, going back to the shutdown.
Going back to the shutdown. Oh man, for the stylists, I feel like we were happy to be back. As far as our clients are concerned, they're still adjusting.
Yeah. Not only that, but everybody wanted to come May 15th when we open back up.
Oh my
And
god!
I'm like, that's not how
My
this
phone was
goes.
blowing up. And then, unfortunately, some people don't read or watch the news, so they weren't aware of the restrictions that were put on us. So that was a whole adjustment within itself, and it wasn't like we had made it up. You know what I'm saying? We literally were told we could only take one client at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's frustrating for us and the clients. As for myself, being the older stylist, I have older clients, And so a lot of my older clients were very scary about coming back. And I understand because I was scary, trust, and I still am. So I had to reassure them that we would do everything in our nature to make sure they were safe and comfortable. Right, exactly.
And follow the guidelines too.
Especially as a business owner versus just be like, well, don't come back. You know, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you got
as a business owner, you got to figure out how to accommodate your clientele.
Exactly. And I've had to threaten some clients, you know, because you have some people that, you know, just aren't taking this serious, which is fine with me.
You can't put everybody else.
The difference is, I honestly think my daughter thinks I'm the COVID police, which I am. I don't care. But the thing of it is, if I wasn't self-employed or if I didn't have a business, I might be a little more lenient with my thought process as far as this goes. But because we do own a business, we almost got to protect everybody that comes around us.
Because at the end of the day, it's like you the head of it. So you got to protect everybody else because it's all going to trickle up to you.
Exactly. And so that's some of the stress that has been put on us. And that part of it is not so fun to me. I say to my daughter, just to scare her life, that I would not take a trip at this time, but I am having major Cape cabin.
No, I'm going.
Look,
I'm like, let me out of here, please.
I got to go somewhere.
And I have been living vicariously through YouTube and celebrities taking their trips. I like getting me a cocktail and watch their video while they're on vacation.
Right. You squint real hard, you might think you're on an island.
It's not the same.
If the sun is out, I just might be able to right now.
Listen, very soon we are going to be able to afford to do what these people is doing.
Which is what? Which is what? What are they doing that makes it safe?
Living their life.
No, what she's saying is,
I'm just saying
they buying the whole resort.
Exactly.
They're getting the whole resort.
Exactly.
They going on the jet.
Yes, so then the whole family can come and it's just us. Just our germs.
Right.
Germs we're accustomed to.
We get there.
Yeah. We sure are. I claim
Absolutely.
Speak it.
Manifest it.
Speak it, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, this is a new podcast that we decided to start because we aren't allowed to have, you know, our normal clientele in the salon to have shop talk. Yeah. And it's very much missed.
It is.
It's very much missed. So we thought maybe this would be a good idea for all the conversation that we would normally have in the salon to bring it to you guys through YouTube. And we want you guys to watch us.
At your local salon.
Yes. And respond and give us ideas and topics to talk about. We are going to be inviting guests from time to time.
Yes, we are.
Talk about specific topics, but we definitely would love to have you guys' suggestions on topics you would like for us to discuss, be it hair care or nail care or lash care,
entrepreneurship,
right.
all of the above,
exactly.
whatever.
All of that.
Exactly. Also, speaking of entrepreneurship, I graduated during quarantine.
Hey! Yes! You didn't tell nobody that.
Which,
That's what I like to hear.
It was like a
bittersweet. We were supposed to have a
felt
party.
like it was robbed.
Well, no, actually, honestly, I had no intentions of going to the graduation, so that's not the problem.
We were having a party.
The problem is, I was going to school to start another business venture, which I was and still am so excited about. And this COVID kind of paused me.
Just got redirect.
It paused me. But it's okay. It's okay. It was myself and my oldest daughter are planning on opening an event center. And so she's already got her catering business off the ground, which, by the way, is doing tremendously well.
It's good.
Shout out to Next Level Catering.
Right.
Cleveland.
So anyways, of course, you know, an event center is one of the things that you should not think about during COVID.
Yeah.
I really, you know, my heart goes out to all of the event centers, especially in the beginning of it. Right now, they're trying to slowly but surely get back into small venues, but they did take a hard hit, so that actually Lander Haven sold.
I seen that. That had me like, wait a second.
Yep. Yeah.
They've been open for years.
Well, no, they're not closed. Just
But
somewhat
still,
larger.
you know how sometimes when things
Right.
go to different owners, things change.
I know they changed, but
And
I
that
think
makes
it
me
might
nervous.
change for the good.
I was saying,
I read up on the people that bought it, and
Did you?
actually they're already in the catering business.
Okay. that's
They
good.
have several restaurants throughout Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, that makes me
Roughly
happy.
several restaurants,
See, before I
and
get on
they
that,
don't
I
plan on
should do
changing the whole what's the word
the layout of it or anything.
no
They're renovating.
they're
Are
definitely
they
renovating,
oh,
which
good.
it needed.
Yes,
Because it was
I agree.
outdated, child.
They don't plan on changing the
they should throw a couple elevators in there
The
to get to
name?
the dressing room.
I'm not sure.
They're not
I'm not
changing
sure.
Lander
if they
Haven?
change- I think they might be leaving it Lander Haven. I think they
Oh, the
might.
name? Okay.
Right, but they're
That's
going to
good.
go in while everything is kind of closed down and do all their renovating, so they'll be
That's
ready.
smart.
Absolutely,
That's smart. That's
absolutely.
the smartest way to do it. 'Cause You're not really losing
Absolutely.
no money. You're
Right.
making it right
People
now.
still gonna come.
Yeah.
Right. So that was a good thing, and it kind of kept me on a positive side as the direction that I'm trying to go in with my new venture, and merge my businesses together. Eventually, I had these huge ideas of the salon being inside of the event center, so that when someone would have an event at our place, they could get all the services done right there and not have to leave
Yes.
the business whatsoever.
That's what I
So
need.
those are things that I have in the work. Lonnie inspires me.
Oh, thank you.
She inspires me. Both of these young ladies inspire my old self.
Yes.
Because
Always
I'm
a
not
bad
gonna
thing.
lie,
Here
I
for.
get
Let us
stuck.
be here for.
As an older person, it's easy to get stuck and
You get
and
comfortable.
get
Because I'm making
comfortable.
money. I
Right.
got the life I want. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I can still do the things I want. So it's like, I'm cool right now.
But see,
Then it'd be like, let's get a little
she
more.
too comfortable.
She's
She
not
too.
comfortable.
No,
She's smart.
no.
You went to school. That's smart.
She is too comfortable. She is too boxed in for the knowledge that she has and what she knows.
You are definitely a hidden gem. Both of
She
y'all are
is a
definitely hidden
hidden
gems.
gem.
We all are.
We
Thank
are.
you, but thank you, honey. I received that. Thank you.
She an OG. We need to be taking
Yeah.
classes.
No, for real. But she,
Taking classes. I have been very grateful though to just have you all to myself all
Yes.
this time.
I know, it's been such
That's a
a
blessing. I wish my mama had
experience
some
raising
Look at your mama. Look at your mama.
and working with my daughter now. This is definitely an experience, I must say.
It's very interesting working with your parents. For all of you who work with your family, I feel your pain.
Now I feel your pain.
Look, I feel you. But no, I wouldn't have it any other way. I can honestly say. Like,
It keep you grounded.
it does.
too.
It
really
does. It does. And I know my mom not gonna steer me wrong.
Absolutely. And I honestly feel like that's necessary for most young hairstylists because you come into a shop you lost. You need somebody to keep you focused as well as show you different things that you didn't learn in school.
Absolutely.
Because school is only showing you what you need to pass
The
phase.
basics.
Yeah.
So it's like you need somebody to show you the ropes because at the end of the day they don't tell you nothing about the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And the industry is a whole separate thing from just going to school.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something. It's like you literally get through to the wolves. And I feel like a lot of people don't make it in the industry because they not prepared for everything else that come with it. They
It's
don't
a
even
lot.
teach you customer service in
No.
school. They don't show you how to manage a book, how to be able to
manage your
a certain amount of clientele.
rotation.
For you to somehow fit in their personal care, for you to be able to get a lunch in there, it's a lot that come with it that is not taught.
Nah, and that's why I want to have hair school because I want to have those types of classes. Like I want to teach the students, the future cosmetologists, all of that, those types of things.
I want a bridge school where
Yeah.
you come out of cosmetology school, you come out of nail school, esthetician school, you come here for 2 weeks. It's like boot camp.
Yes.
We gonna get you together.
Yes.
Because it's like people lack customer service.
They
And the
do.
thing is, you can be the best hairstylist in the world, but people like me, I'm not coming to you if you have no customer service skill,
People
or if you
skills.
lacking customer service skill.
People
If you got
skills.
10 people in here with me, it's no reason it should be 10 people in here at once. You gonna make the same amount of money if you spread it out through the day.
Listen.
And you can't possibly do 10 people at once.
You
Not
only got
even in a
2
couple of hours, honestly, especially with the services that these people
that most
want
people that are in
nowadays.
demand.
And
Yeah,
honestly,
long-time
you're not being
services.
fair to your client
Mm-hmm.
because they deserve the amount of
You
time
have
that
to
they're
respect
paying
their
for.
time.
They're
Yeah,
paying
You
for
not-
your
you have to
time.
respect people's
You
So
time.
have to
you
respect
should,
your time, you
when they're
understand?
paying for your time, they should be able to talk to you if they have any questions or a lot of times we are psychologists.
Absolutely.
Right.
Everybody
Yeah,
deserves
so
their time.
They be waiting to come sit in our
Mhm.
chair to tell them, you know.
Right. They be like, I couldn't wait to see you. I couldn't wait to see
Exactly.
you. Like, for real,
Which is
girl.
another reason why COVID is just, you know,
Yeah, it's like
really,
it's
really
diluting
put
what
a-
we put on here. I'll put out here to do.
put a dark
I'm
cloud over our
Here to do a little bit
industry.
more
It's
than just file
changed-
some nails, you know.
It's
Right.
changed
deeper
the
than file some
experience.
nails.
Right.
For sure. It's changed the experience for sure. I get excited when just our one clients get to talk to each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, oh, look
About
at you
whatever.
guys connecting.
Let's create a conversation.
For everybody.
It's too quiet.
And a couple of my clients have expressed, because of the lack of interaction with people, you know, they're suffering from depression, which is a good subject
It
for us to
is.
discuss, you know,
Yeah.
eventually.
Agreed.
This pandemic it's going to
It's
have
made
some
depression
after
rates go up.
effects.
Agreed.
mental
Yeah,
illness.
the suicide rate went up,
Right.
depression rate went up.
All of that.
But one thing I did do during quarantine is I went to therapy myself.
Amen.
I found a
Amen.
therapist on therapyforblackgirls.com. And I have a virtual therapist every Monday at 3 o'clock. Yes, it's time for some
There's
That's
nothing
interesting.
wrong with it, Lonnie. I
Absolutely
love
ain't
that
nothing
you
wrong
did
with
that.
that.
Our culture
I needed that.
frowns upon counseling and therapy, and I don't think
And at the end of the day, the
that
culture ain't gonna help me
anything
get to
is
what I'm trying
wrong
to
with
get
it.
to.
It's nothing wrong with talking
At
to
all.
a neutral party that
No.
does not know anything about you. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? They could probably give you some insight that yourself or
Listen.
someone that does know you
Mhm.
can't give you. So
Absolutely.
I was seeing one actually before the pandemic came.
Yes.
And
feel like
I
therapy-
loved my therapist.
Let's normalize going to therapy. It's
Yes.
necessary.
I'm
Everybody
signing
has
it.
some
Look,
traumas
I'm
that is
signing
so
it.
hard to deal with, or you don't know how to deal with it, or you don't know who to deal with it with.
Yeah.
So it's necessary. I'm like,
It definitely
but
is.
then again, also for a second I was like, I should have been going to therapy, and I'm like, you know what? I wasn't ready for it then.
Yeah.
I needed to be in this space that I'm in now, mentally and emotionally, where I can handle going through what I got to go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know I couldn't have done that going to work every day, dealing with all of my client stress, because I feel like I carried a lot of
Yeah.
Ooh, for sure.
They put it on you.
Yes.
They put it on
That's
you.
Yes.
another thing.
Yes.
The spirits that come in, that you are connecting with on a daily basis. And I didn't realize how serious that was until I closed my books. And once I closed my books in 2018. So I didn't take a new client for a whole year. And when I did that, I realized like the energy had changed in my room because I was so comfortable with everybody that was coming in. I felt like my guard was down a little bit more versus me texting somebody and then 2 weeks later they sit in my chair and I have no idea who this person is. So I was able to connect a little bit more with the clients that I had because I had grew relationships with all of them already versus me getting a new person. I don't know what your true intentions are while you sit in my chair. You know what I mean? I don't know if you sitting in my chair because you know my ex-boyfriend or you know my ex-best friend. You
one of
got
your
beef
friends
with me
that sent you
from
to
high
me
school.
or something.
Yeah, like I don't know what your true intentions are
Yeah.
versus I know that everybody that's in my books already that's been coming to me, we got a bond. We
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know what, this is serious. And then I could feel different people's energy weighing on me because I'm literally physically touching these people. And I'm like, this is way deeper than just me
Doing
filing
it.
some nails. So I'm like, all right, you got to be a little more conscious. So when I did open my books back up, I had the worst attitude. I'm like, I am not vibing with these new people. I don't like them. I don't want y'all. I'm not opening my books back up no more. I wanted to stick with my people and not be that.
That's good information, Lonnie. That is great information.
Yeah.
I definitely understand and have experienced exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Once again, me being an older stylist, I don't do online booking or social media booking. I actually don't even have a social media page. I still am old school where they have to call me or they have to have someone that referred them. And even in that experience coming up in my generation through the industry, you have to be careful with the people that people refer.
Agreed.
So I had to start telling people,
Agreed.
like,
Don't
you know,
send me your crazy auntie.
Exactly.
And I mean
Crazy
that.
people.
Exactly.
Don't send me your crazy mama. When you know your mama is picky, why would you send her to me?
Then that
'Cause it's gonna make us
affects
awful.
our relationship.
Because I'm looking at you like, why you do that to me? You knew your mama. You knew how your mama was.
Because I will call them, like, hey, don't send nobody else.
Your referrals are cut
Ever.
off. That's my
Forever.
favorite line. Your
You're
referrals
cut
are
off forever.
You no longer
Oh,
can refer
goodness.
because you don't know how to screen people.
You knew she was crazy. You knew she was. You knew she was picky. Oh, that was one thing I couldn't stand. That's why I didn't even let. Once my books was closed, they was closed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's your sister, your auntie, your mama. No, nobody else extra can come. Sure. Unless I know them and meet them first.
Well, I will say I'm enjoying my new clients. Look, I'm enjoying my new clients. I'm getting some good ones.
Good. That's another thing. I had to start praying. Like, God, send me people that's supposed to be in my chair. And only the people that's supposed to be in my chair. Anybody else? No.
That part and that respect our craft and respect our time.
My time.
Like, I felt like before we had control, but it was only to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Now we have more control of our schedule and how we execute and who we can take in and who we can't take in. Like, it was kind of almost like a disadvantage, but advantage at the same time with COVID happening. So now I feel like with the new clients, they're coming in and they are just respecting all the rules. Like,
y'all know what it's like to be locked out.
Time. They are coming on time. You know, it ain't no fuss and fight about the price.
Let me know.
That part, you know,
that's me.
They got their mask on. It's no problems.
But then again, I also feel like depending on the person that you are is the type of people that you're going to attract.
That's definitely.
And so when I would attract people that wasn't for me, I used to be like, how did you get in the cracks? Because that's why I did texting to book for so long, just so that way I could still have an idea of how this person is by the way that they texting, the time that they text me, if they text me hello, the questions that they ask, if they got an iPhone or an Android, and I mean that means something. So things like that will all.
No, hold on.
There was some Androids I let in, but all of that came into play when it came to me deciding if I'm gonna let you in, because I would be getting like 15 texts a day, and it's like, nah, all of y'all can't come.
Right.
Like maybe one of y'all I get in about a month, but all of y'all can't get let in. So yeah, it's a lot too.
I think the new customers come in with a better attitude too right now, today, because of COVID. You know, they weren't able to get their hair done for how long?
Yeah, they gotta be a little more
humble. Exactly. It made them honestly appreciate us a little bit more than what they were taking us for granted pre-pandemic. Like, you know, y'all got an appointment, you're supposed to be here, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? But now, you know, they're a little more humble, and we are too.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure, we are too. But I noticed the more they appreciate us because they hadn't been able to come to us in 2 months plus to get their hair done. So they like, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get my hair done. I need to wear this mask.
Man, that's
not talk.
Whatever. We got people booking ahead. I'm gonna just call you when
do you want something for breakfast?
Listen,
do you want breakfast?
Butter me up.
I'm on my way.
Actually, I do. I would like a chai tea latte.
No, for real. You want to start what you said?
Listen.
Yes.
Okay. But the clientele for me, I can say, has been better.
Good.
Our clients being as compliant as we would like for them to
be. That's good. Because it makes it less stressful on your end.
Still working on it. Just a little bit. And
it.
that's the thing too. Like, we don't want to come off like mean or
right.
It's all these rules you gotta follow or whatever. But we do have to follow certain guidelines. It can't just be a free for all anymore. I feel like that's what it was before.
Agreed. Because it was like, you know, at the end of the day, it's we entrepreneurs. So in a way, we set our own rules.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't have that many.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, now it's more rules established, but at the same time, it's like they shouldn't be looking at you like she got all these rules. She mistrenchable. It's not me. This is just how it is now. But at the end of the day, it's not for nobody's harm that these rules are in place. Like honestly, wiping down chairs and stuff. It's like things like this. You know what? These things should have been going on.
Absolutely. And so that was discussed throughout the whole time of this pandemic about our industry specifically. Like all the sanitation rules, they were already in place before they even put these restrictions on us. And if you weren't following them, I'm gonna say shame on you. But it definitely makes you more cognizant of making sure you're following them now, because you can either have State Board walk in on you or the CDC or the CDC. And you know what? It makes the customers feel more comfortable, you know what I'm saying, and don't mind coming back and back and back.
Yeah.
When they know that you're practicing the safety of disinfecting and wearing a mask and the social distancing part of it too. So it has been a bittersweet with the COVID-19 on our industry, but I say again, the government and the state board,
y'all could do better. Y'all could do better. Y'all lacking.
Way lacking.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Beyond lacking. I don't even know. Like, why do we have a state board at this point? That's how I feel. Why do we have to... Why? Just, I don't... They're not protecting...
I honestly feel like state board been slacking for years, though.
Absolutely.
Like, state
before
board,
the pandemic.
First of all, I ain't seen state board pop up in the salon from 2016 until 2019. So for 3 years, I didn't see y'all. What does that mean?
It means that people can open up salons without licenses.
And give classes without licenses.
Or just work for free with no licenses. Just walk up in the shop and get a job like this McDonald's. Just walk up in. I could curl, I could do a sew-in, I could braid.
No, they can't braid.
And then I can beat up clients. What about that one?
You beat the clients up, child. Ooh, child. We ain't
All
gonna get
because
on
they say
that.
that they don't like something. People need to learn how to take constructive criticism.
Well, that happens because, what did you say? First of all, they
don't
didn't even
have
go to
any
school.
customer service.
They didn't even go to school.
You don't have any customer service.
They didn't even go to school to get the license, first of all. And then, if they went to school, they weren't taught customer service. So
they don't know how to manage all of this.
Just, I feel like if you are not what's the word I'm looking for? If you aren't like a people person, I don't think you have no business in this industry.
It's way beyond being a people person.
It is.
Unless you're ready to be 5 different people at once, don't do this.
Unless you're ready to talk to people.
Because you got to be a manager. You got to be a psychologist. You have to be a real human being. You got to be a stylist. As well as you got to be... And then you still got to do inventory to make sure you got everything you need to do everything you got to do.
That part.
You got to be 8 different people.
And slay your brand.
And still somehow in there find time to look at yourself and be like, hey girl. And still spend the money that you have made.
And still be like, yeah, for real, so that's what happened.
It's so much. It's so
act like you.
It's so much. I gotta care about the stuff that I don't even care about.
I want to say it.
It's a lot.
Listen.
It's a lot.
COVID gave me a whole new outlook on self-care.
Man, and listen. Some things that are non-negotiable, and self-care has become one of them for me.
How was I letting people pour in all their energy on me all these years?
Man.
And totally neglecting myself.
Yeah.
You can't fall into that.
Definitely, because you feel like you got to be there for somebody else versus you being there for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, it had got to the point where it was like you can't be there for nobody else because you aren't together yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when you start getting irritated, and the
I'm
conversation don't really matter.
Like, can I even hear? Am I really here? Is today yesterday?
After a while, it's like
everybody's conversation is the same. Like I learned how to tune people out and catch the important parts of things. And I would come back up like, did you say you was pregnant? Oh, you pregnant? Congratulations.
Girl, you still fighting with your man.
Everything else that you said, but I caught that part. I caught that part.
Oh man. Yeah.
So, we're going to close the show out because our time is almost over. But I just wanted to throw this at you ladies today. What about after Cardi announcing her divorce just, 2 weeks ago?
16,
For her
honey.
birthday, Offset buys her a brand new Rolls Royce, custom made.
He ain't going nowhere.
With the car seat in the back that
Listen.
has culture made into it. Oh, it was amazing.
It was.
amazing.
It really was. And I was looking at him like,
You better.
listen.
Better tighten up.
But
the thing is, I don't care about no car. If you're not respecting me to a certain level that I deserve to be respected, and you have no loyalty to me, nothing else matters. I will run you over with this new Rolls Royce.
Give me my keys.
Can I say this, ladies? We can't believe everything we hear.
That's very true. We have no idea
media
what the real reason is behind
great
them
at
divorcing.
sensationalizing situations.
You don't think they was getting divorced?
We don't. No, I'm not gonna say I don't think they were getting a divorce. I'm gonna say we don't know what goes on in their household.
Absolutely.
And she made it quite clear that this time it wasn't necessarily about him cheating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, I feel like their relationship was very rushed when it came to them getting married.
For sure.
So they may not
Absolutely.
even
And
like the
they're
people
young.
that they are now.
They're
Absolutely.
And be
young.
compatible with one another.
Right,
So
right.
with that being said, it's like I get it. But it's like he probably like, oh my God, what am I gonna do without you?
Because I do believe they're friends.
I do that.
I do believe
I do
that
believe
they're
they love-
friends.
they love
I
each
love
other.
each other. I
They
do,
love
each
other
for
for
sure.
sure.
And so on that note, I'm team Offset and Cardi. I would
like for
I
them to
would
stay
like to
together,
see-
but then again,
Offset gotta tighten up, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like, I
you
just
just,
don't
you just assume it's him. Like it's him, huh?
Cardi is a very understanding Pisces, and
You do not know.
I know for a fact she has given him chance after chance after chance, but it's only so much a woman can take.
But you don't know.
You don't know what it is.
Or you don't maybe know how even maybe she talks to him. Listen to this. They both have
Sis
huge.
could seem,
they
she
both
seemed
have
like she's
huge
extremely
careers.
disrespectful.
Both of them are very famous.
Are you kidding?
I agree with Lonnie.
Sis
That's
is
what
off the
I'm
handle.
saying.
You've seen her on Love and Hip Hop.
Exactly.
She
Her
ain't got no
mouth.
respect for some people.
Yeah, her mouth is.
And
know
I feel
about
like
mouths,
He knew
Felicia.
that. He knew that coming.
Look, you know about mouths.
You know.
Yeah. With that being said, we're gonna
I don't know
end
what
today.
you're talking
We're gonna end today, and thanks for joining us on the
Shoppecast.
Shoppecast.
Cheers, y'all.
It's nothing in my cup. But
Ooh.
cheers.